What's up, everybody? And welcome to another episode of On the Backash Perc Talk, where we kind of focus in on the percussion world of the pageantry arts. My name is Cedric Lavelle. Here with me today is William and Mr. Gabe Willoughby.
What's up?
How are you doing today?
What is up?
Doing good, doing good.
It's another day, huh?
It's another day, another dollar. And we are going to do a fan request. Do we have fans? Is that what that is?
I would say so.
Sure, he's a fan. So we're gonna do another fan request, and basically he put this requested this less than 24 hours ago, and we had nothing on the docket, so we get to do it. So like we've been trying to say, if you want us to watch somebody, tell us. We'll do it. So today we're going to go back to the concert world of indoor percussion, and we're going to watch another Fisher's video from this past season, 2023. They were named the 2023 world-class concert champions this year. I got to see this live. It was absolutely stunning. It's
ridiculous.
I wish I had a tenth of that dude's brain power to whoever put all of that together and all that stuff. It's really good stuff. So we're not going to tear you too much. We're going to go ahead and get into it. You can find the link in the description below. Shout out to the Fisher Tiger Band Program for making this video. And they also have a full documentary of this season. If you're not aware, they do have a concert and a world-class drumline as well. And the documentary kind of takes you through both of their seasons, which is really, really interesting. I'm going to go back and watch it. I hadn't watched it, but I want to because it's good stuff. So their 2023 program was entitled All Minds Be Clear. And I think the music kind of hints at that with a lot of chaotic moments that after a while come into some clarity. And they do it throughout the program. It's really, really neat, really, really smart, really brainy. These kids are, hands for days in all sections, not just the mallets. But everybody contributes to make that show really, really well. So if you want to follow along, like we said, the link is in the description below. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say the video was actually done by an Aaron Berger, who was the guy who recommended us to watch it. We did a video on Fisher's. It was last year's, right? Last year's 2022. Yeah, and Aaron did all the video editing and stuff. He said a lot of marimba body cams and stuff like that. So I hats off to people who do video stuff like that and take the time, and people who have what would they call them, maybe
Aaron's in the group. Aaron's like one of the students in the group. I think that says on the description, Brian Hansen did a lot of the work for that. So,
okay.
Yeah. But shout out for Aaron for suggesting the video, for sure.
We'll do it, yeah. We'll definitely, but yeah.
And if it's a marimba cam, he might be the one that's holding the marimba cam.
That's probably what it was.
Okay. Yeah.
That's probably what it was. But yeah, I dig people who have little crews like this, because it's a whole setup that they did. And it's in the lot. So yeah, big hats off for them for putting all this together and, taking the time and the effort and, having a passion for doing stuff like this,
Yeah, that's the quality of what's being put out there and being produced is really, 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 really good stuff from a video standpoint. So it's good to see that people are starting to share what they do with everybody in a great quality way. So here we go. We're getting ready to count down. I'll say 3, 2, 1, play. When I say play, you hit the play button. We start right at the beginning. It starts kind of quiet, but here we go. Fishers 2023. All minds be clear. In 3, 2, 1, play.
Okay,
Auto,
using some.
automatically come out with some timbre with the shafts on the marimba.
I love some bowed vibes. It looks like so far they have like every auxiliary instrument known to man.
Like known to
already.
man.
Yes.
And they've already been played, and it's been about a minute. One hand roll. Hi-hat work in the background, propelling stuff forward. Cameos against.
They've got all kinds of different symbols on that set. Some different textures.
It's a split mallet work. Better not move. Better not. Better.
You said what?
I said you better not move.
Oh.
Dead strokes. And then that motive
Flex the tone.
They passed the motive off from the tip of box to the bongos this in.
Yeah, this is great getting to see all these different angles of the marimba and the vibes and the auxiliary.
Even to the drum set.
And all of that stuff lining up from board to bongos to tempo blocks. Split action.
We got everybody on a cymbal back there.
This is.
That all split. They're really going to do that.
Yep.
Come on.
I think that was my favorite section of the show when I saw it live.
Yeah.
Just the clarity. Rotation in the inner malice. So keep in mind, this is outside and it's just clean.
I'm trying to tell you.
I think, yeah, that. I didn't even think about that. Little marimba moment here.
And like this, the technique is just.
It's got to be. For everything you're asking them to do, everybody in that ensemble has to have an understanding of what's expected.
Yeah.
That's a really warm sound from the marimbas there. That sounds awesome.
Even down to the 4 mallets on bells.
Yeah. All right, so I'm retired. Don't need to never do a concert line ever again.
It do make you reevaluate your life. It's like,
well, it reminds you that there's a reason why there's 3 different classes.
Exactly.
It's a prime example of why there's 3 different classes, and for a group to want to be world class, that's the standard to want to get to. We kind of had that talk today in class about, when we learn something to where it's just good enough, and well, good enough is good enough for groups that are good, but good enough not good enough for great or exceptional or spectacular. And that's a group. You look at Fishers, and they're not going to settle. Like, if it's not all there, it's not there. It's not close to being there. It's nothing. It's either we're there or we're not there. There's no in between. And every kid in that ensemble, it's evident that every kid in that ensemble believes that. Very evident, because you don't get that. I mean, every single kid in that group had the hands to play whatever it was to be asked to play.
Exactly.
All the way down to the cymbal wood block, final split thing. Like,
I appreciate them also, like others, playing not the normal uniform game. They weren't out there and just button downs and whatever, concert black.
I didn't even pay attention. I don't even know what they had on because I wasn't.
It was some. I don't know if I don't think it had like a cape or anything like that on it, but it did have a hoodie. But it has like it's all black, but it has a black imprint on it. Whatever. So it's one of those like if you get close up to it, man, it really looks good and all this kind of stuff. So
yeah, they had. There was a kid with a hood. Yeah, they have hoods, but did they ever put them on?
No.
Okay.
A lot of groups, some groups don't do it. Like I've seen some percussion lines, y'all. It's just I don't know if it's like an aesthetic or whatever, just for the look. It doesn't really serve the purpose other than, just makes us look cool or it makes the visual presentation look cool. It's not really something that needs to be used or whatever. Yeah. And a lot of groups do that, like because I've seen groups bring something out, an instrument or whatever, and use it literally once. It's something like that. It's like we don't need it, but we need it kind of thing. Yeah. And even if we don't use it, it helps.
Okay. I think they just use the same uniform that they have for the marching group.
Is it?
That would make sense.
That makes a whole lot of sense. It saves a whole lot of cost on a lot of stuff. I mean, they done bought up the entire music store wherever they're at and it's like, God.
Yes. Okay. Yes. And they use
literally the entire store.
Yeah. Looking at it's the same uniform and they do use the hoods for the marching ensemble.
For the march show. Okay.
Yep. So, because I was just like,
going back.
Go ahead.
Like you might have said, there might be some of the drumline members in the group, in the concert group as well. I mean, you wouldn't know it from watching the video. We talk about being well-rounded percussionists and being able to play whatever we need to play. And I mean, if you watch that video, and obviously there's mallet players and there's people playing drum set and all this other stuff, but you wouldn't be able to really pick out, oh, this person's probably a bass drum player or something like that,
But some of the stuff that they were doing
were able
on
to play whatever they needed to play.
Some of that stuff on Ox would make sense if some of those guys were in the drum line.
Yeah, it does, especially like the split stuff and whatnot. Like I wouldn't doubt if those were the drummers doing those splits and stuff from the drum line or something. Not to say that mallets can't do it, because obviously we've seen it.
I mean, but they did it.
They did, right?
Yeah, just the orchestration from top to bottom, just top notch. And because usually when you get a lot of 16th note density like that, it could really easily sound very samey. But I think they really used a mix of auxiliary instruments with sometimes some different timbres on the mallet instrument that allowed them to create variety with those 16th note passages and rhythms. And then on top of that, the brain power to split all that stuff and it seamlessly going from one person to another. Their aux line performs splits better than some bass lines. What you said?
Well, I mean, looking at the overall show, I think I picked out maybe 3 or 4 maybe little movements in there, and it all seemed like it flowed so well together. It wasn't any weird transitions or anything like that at all. Just it's written so well that it's like it just flows so easily into the next section,
Yeah, they did a really good job about either transitioning you gently from one place to another or just stopping. Like, I think some people think a lot of the times either everything has to stop and you go one movement to another one, or everything has to have like a transition. But sometimes like forced transition will kill it, because you're like, where did this come from? Like, where are you taking me? And instead of leading somebody to a different area or a different location or musically, sometimes you get jerked to a different one, and it kind of takes you out of the moment. So they did a really good job of mixing.
I mean,
together.
Like, I loved Rhythm X's show this year, but there was a point in that, and I'm not saying it was a bad thing, but like I definitely felt that transition, like, and it felt a little like watching a video of Rhythm X. It felt a little weird like this, it transitioned real suddenly. Like they stopped. It was like a different. It went into that No Doubt, and it just went right into it. But like something like this, where it all seemed to flow together a lot easier.
And you hear that a lot, especially if a group is a group. It was almost. I know we were doing Fishers, but just to kind of comment on that rhythm mix thing. It's almost like when they were designing the show, they knew they wanted to do No Doubt.
Yeah.
And couldn't think of a way to get there naturally, so they just like pushed us over there. It was like, here, No Doubt.
Yeah.
And you will hear. I was just gonna say, sometimes you hear people do that a lot when it comes to like the song that has to be the whole song that the whole show's about. They'll force their way into it instead of just kind of guiding us.
Yeah. That's kind of what I was going to say is like sometimes that works to just jump into it, but it does have to make sense. You don't want it to be too abrupt to where it's like, wait a minute, but I've heard some transitions like that, like a song will stop, but then another, and it'll just go immediately into something else. But for some reason that made sense. But a lot of times you just got to really watch it.
Yeah. Have to be careful for sure. But yeah, no, it's as once again, because of the layers, that's a show that I might need to watch a couple more times.
Oh,
yeah, I would too.
Because I caught a lot of stuff, this time around, and I think being outside helps. I mean, the articulation is a little bit more drier, so you can catch a lot of stuff outside that you don't catch inside. But because I know inside, it's a lot. It was a really rich, that concert richness, fullness that you get out of an ensemble like that. It really shined through inside. So yeah, kudos to Fishers on another world class championship in the concert class.
Is that how many in a row is that? Have they won
3? I think 3 or 4 in a row.
So I was going to say 3.
I think it's 3. But yeah, they are the standard. And there were some other good ones. Catawba Ridge and Ayala both. They were both solid shows in world class too. But Fishers have figured something out up there. I'd really like to pick that dude's brain. Hopefully he's in.
I'm definitely.
You definitely what?
Gonna go watch that documentary.
Yeah,
see what that's about
for sure.
too.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. But I'd like to pick his brain. Hopefully he one of the directors goes to Vegas and I can be like, hey, can I borrow you for like 30 hours? Let's talk about stuff. So, well, let us know what you think down below of Fishers. Did you get to see him live, or what did you think about the video and all that stuff? And like I said, once again, folks at Fisher, you guys are more than welcome to comment if you got any more insight about the show, as far as like the meaning behind it and all of those type of things. That'd be really cool to have some more background information about it too, and all that good stuff. And then anybody, let us know down below, who do you want us to react to, or who do you want us to watch? It could be a high school group, it can be concert, it can be marching, it can be indoor, independent marching band. Heck, if you have a great elementary or ensemble.
I'm dead serious.
I'm serious.
Hey, listen, I'm about to go get my kids right now.
I'm telling you, man.
I'm gonna go back.
I'm telling you, college band,
whatever it is.
Drumline.
You want us to watch it? We'll watch it. Because
you want to watch your football team, drumline, hype team.
Yeah. Because here's the thing, man. There's good drumming and percussion playing going on everywhere. And I know there's lots of people that do, percussion type videos, and they cover the top dogs. And that's cool, and that's great, and that's awesome. But, we can cover some of them, but we want to cover some everyday drumline kids too. Like, give you guys some love,
for sure,
and things like that, because our kids are everyday regular kids. They come for that program. We just like to play, and and there's a lot of good groups out there that may not get the recognition because there's just no outlet for them. They don't go to WGI. They don't have a competitive marching band. They just play at their school. So we want to see as many folks as we can. We'll crank out summer breaks here now.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't got nothing to do. My only plans is to write music and try to start working out. So I got time.
Plenty of it.
Yeah, we got plenty of time. So
I'm glad y'all do that.
you, sir, have a lot going on.
Yeah.
So it will calm down for you.
Yeah, it'll
July, I think.
Maybe. That's when band camp starts. So
yeah. So you're gonna teach one more year?
Yeah, I'm gonna teach this summer. So
gotcha.
Give him one more shot.
They give you a ring?
Mm-hmm. I do. I got the ring. I got it right here, actually.
Nice. So you can cut half of that off and give it to me.
Oh, that's all right. I think that's okay.
If we had money, I would have got us some rings, but
yeah, for real.
We ain't got money. Maybe somebody can sponsor us. I don't know. But yeah, so you can find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and then you can listen to us on Anchor.fm and Spotify. So make sure you hit the like, comment, share, subscribe buttons, rate, review, all that good stuff. Let us know what you think for real, because this is for you guys. We have fun doing it, and anything that we can do to make it better, just let us know. Our encouragers are like, hey, we like what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. That's good too. So for Will and Gabe, this is Cedric. This has been episode number 21 of On the Back Hash. We will probably be hollering at you soon, I guess, again. Yeah. So you guys take care. Have a great summer if you're graduating from high school or about to get out of school or college, or happy wedding day, Mr. Gabe. We'll be praying for you.
Yep.
Nah, she's a good girl. Gabe got him a good girl.
Yeah, she's good.
So, all right, y'all. Y'all take it easy. Peace.